What's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen? I know it's kind of late, but bear with me. You know what I mean? I wasn't even gonna do a video, but I was talking to a few people on Twitter about the fight, and it got my juices flowing. You know what I mean? Now again, shout out to like I said, I got my man Showstop in here. Let me just look. I got two people in here, right? You know it's late for me. Shout out to my man Show. Oh, we following up. We went from 2 to 8. We went from 2 to 8. Like I said, I'm not gonna be here long, but I'm gonna break it down for you. You know what I mean? So the people that have made this swing by or been rocking out, I know it's the next thing's like the broken record. But listen, I've been around the boxing since the age of 8. I see this guy's all again have well over 100 amateur fights. You know, like I know my way inside and outside the ring. You know what I mean? And listen, I want to say this: like the first fight was highly contested, skill for skill. You know what I mean? And leading up to this fight, there's been a lot made about Sergey running out of gas. Uh, Not saying he wasn't in shape. Let me give you guys an example. When you're concentrating, right? Everything's like it's like you're playing chess in high speed. It takes a lot of concentration. You know what I mean? Every punch you're trying to throw is perfect. You know what I mean? And what happened in the first fight? Sergey, he threw a well-timed, perfectly timed right hand. It didn't all the way land flush, but he threw a perfect timed right hand. And what happened was he was trying to repeat the success of throwing that perfect right hand. You know what I mean? This is an example of somebody say like he's looking for that perfect punch instead of just letting his hands go. And it got sort of so, like I said, Andre kind of gotten Sergey's got this chest and got in his head and made it very uncomfortable for him. Normally, when Sergey he fights, he's the big man, he's the bully man. Everybody's moving away from him. You don't really see too many people who go there into the lion's den and make it rough for him. Talked about, hey Fonzarelli, what's up? Bro? I need to holler at you, man. I'm trying to do something with you, Fonzarelli. You know what I mean? Hit me on Twitter. I'm gonna slide you my man. But anyway, hold up. So I'm not gonna make it too technical, but just follow what I'm saying. I'm gonna try to break it down as best I know how. When you're fighting a taller fighter, right? You fight a taller fighter, a naturally stronger fighter. You know what I mean? The best thing to do is to get inside and to smother their punches. Sergey is not a good inside fighter. Hear me out, follow me what I'm saying with this, right? So he's at his best when he's catching you at the end of his punches, whether it be the jab or the straight right hand. You don't really see him too close inside mixing it up. You know what I mean? And a lot of people thought, that Ward, only way the Ward can win is to sit outside and box him. That's the wrong thing to do with a big guy like that that can punch. You don't want to get caught on the tail end of those punches, called the tail end of those punches. I mean, so after the first fight, like I said, he made it very uncomfortable for him. He got up in his chest, and he wasn't used to it. He's normally, hey, I hit you, boom, you go down, and you're gonna run from me the rest of the night. I'm gonna stalk you till I get the knockout. Like I said, boxing, don't get me wrong, it's a very physical sport, but it's like 85% mental. That's why I'll give you an example. When Earl Spencer was talking about the time that he sparred Floyd, he said it was like we was playing, like school was in session. You know what I mean? You can have all the skills in the world, but if you don't have the fortitude, like the patience, the skill, or how should I say, the confidence and the belief in yourself to do it. Like he reminds me of the crusher of Mike Tyson. Everything's good, and I love Mike. Mike is my favorite fighter, right? When everything going his way, he's good. You can't beat him. But when things don't go his way, they kind of fall apart. Now, I was just talking to somebody on Twitter. He said, oh, no, only reason he stopped him because of a low blow. Bro, first of all, he didn't punch my man in the testicle. In the belt line, yes, you have a cup on, okay? Let me tell you something. And if you listen to what was saying from the first fight, he was saying that Sergey don't like it to the body. But nobody, it hurts. If you ever boxed before, if you know what I'm talking about, you think it's the face shots that hurt. Don't be the face shots. Even when you get punched in your body, that'd be like, oh, that's what sticks with you. That's what hurts. When somebody punching your stomach, that's what on your ribs. That's like, out. What I'm doing. You get hit in the face, it feels like somebody's hitting you, like you're pillow fighting. You know what I mean? Real talk. And if you really get dazed, you don't feel like you're going to sleep any damn way. So it's the body punches that hurt. So as I was saying, going back, right? As I was saying, right? He made it very uncomfortable for him. And I see people they treat, it was low blows on the belt line, yes. You know what I mean? You gotta look what happened before that. Sergey was pulling his head down also. Now you're trying to paint Andre Ward as a dirty. He's not a dirty fighter. I mean, what you have in Andre Ward, what you think is crazy, he's very, very confident in his skills, right? You know what I mean? You knock him down, fine. It's gonna take. You got some people that's able, and all these guys are elite fighters, but you got a very few that can go to that spot. You know what I mean? It's like when you got the glow, you need on some Last Dragon shit. You got the glow. They go to that final gear. You know what I mean? You look at it. He hurt him. Listen, in round 7 with a body shot. He bent over and was like, "Oh, that was low blow." And Turk said, "No, it was legal." Like I said, he didn't hit him in the privacy. Like this, I just want to be clear. This, okay? You have your trunks. The trunk has the ribbing, like the top of it. It's kind of thick. Then after you have a cup, you have padding, and then you got the part for your privacy. Okay. Now you guys are sitting around saying that man punched him in his privacy, and again, you still have a couple of them. Well, listen, when he bent straight over, right? Let me tell you something. He bent straight over, like he wanted some break. Now listen, Andre Ward is a good dude because most jokers would have hopped right on him and started banging him. Even at the end of the fight, that man quit. Hear me out. He hurt him because people forget about it. He hurt the Crusher with a right hand. I think he got knocked down once before, if I'm not mistaken, but I've never really seen him hurt in the fight, and this is why he quit. And I'm not taking anything away from the Sergey his boxing skill, his boxing IQ. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? Do I like him as a person? No, I think he's a very racist guy, very, very disrespectful dude. You know what I mean? Disrespected Don, David Jackson, all types of stuff, but that's neither here nor there. If you look in almost towards the end of round 8, he hit Sergey with a right hand, rocked him. We never really seen Sergey in that position before. He didn't know what to do. So once he hurt him to the head, guess what? He came right back down to the body. And look at the end of round 8. Now listen, like I told you, boxing is a big sport, but it's a very small sport. You know a lot of people. You know what I mean? A lot of people that were ringside. Not saying what I'm saying. The talking around town. That man was in there making a lot of noises, and when he got hit again with that body shot, because again, Dre took his focus away from the body and aimed it straight up top. I mean, took it away from the head and went straight to him. He didn't hit him up top not one time after that. That man sat down on the ropes. If you think I'm lying, go back and look. Let me see. I can bring it up right here. I'm trying to get flagged. Hold up. So I can share this with you. This man, and you can see why I say he quit. This man sat on the ropes, sat there, and Tony was like, oh. Like he was bald in half, like he had to use the bathroom. Like you ever play hard to the body with your little brother, so when you're kids, and somebody like bald up, they don't want to fight no more. That's what he looked like. That man put both his hands across his chest and sat down on the ropes. Now he's protesting, saying early stoppage. Normally, when the fighters, when they're mixing it up, and if they close the belt, they will say, "Oh no, what you doing? That was the best. I stopped the fight." That man didn't say nothing. He was hurt. He wanted to get out of there. That after he stopped the fight, what did he do? He bent down and laid there. That man was hurt to the body. He would have ended up getting knocked out anyway. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and like I said, boxing is a very, very dangerous sport. The Crusher Sergey, he killed somebody in the ring. You know what I mean? In Russia, you know what I mean? They had some questions about his hand wraps, but I'm not even going to go there. You know what I mean? I want to say this. I respect every fighter. It takes a lot of heart and stuff to get in that ring. Very difficult to do. You know what I mean? So I'm not just do I like him as a person? No, I think he's a very, very racist, despicable human being. He's called what's my man from Canada? The other light heavyweight champion. You know what I'm talking about? Adonis Stevenson. Called him all types of N-words. I had his son posing with his name, with Adonis Stevenson on the T-shirt, with a monkey there, with what I mean, like it was crazy with the N-word. Like he just did a bunch of stuff, even lead up to this fight. You know what I mean? He sent a very racist text to Andre Ward, I'm sorry, but that's neither here nor there. So I want all you guys to, actually I have it here. I just don't want to get flagged. Hold on, let me see if I can bring this back up. I want you guys to see what I'm talking about. This will make one. If you can see it, don't take my word for it. This man quit. And you guys can see that it was the right hand. You hear me? It was the right hand that hurt him. And he was hurt from that. But then, like I said, that body stuff. Let me turn this down. Hold up. Wait, hold on. Let me get it back right here. Well, let me see if I can share my screen with you now. You're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. But the man quit. He quit. He was hurt though, but he quit. Let me share this with you right quick. Share. Please don't flag me. But we're gonna do what we do. Present to everybody. Make this smaller. Boop. All right. Make this a little bigger. Hold on. Watch this. Watch the right hand. Watch the right hand. There you go. Watch the right hand. And Harold Letterman loses his job. He's horrible. They were very biased towards look. He quitting. Look right there. This is when it started. Look, you don't do that as a fighter. Protect yourself at all times. Look at this. Watch this. This was started the trouble. Body work. Oh, let me wait a little. You guys missed it. It was so short. Watch this. Watch the low body shot. All right, the hook. All right, watch the hook. Remember, he said Andre couldn't punch. Right there. Watch this. Watch this. Watch the little punch. Little inside joint. Little inside joint. Shout out my man Michael. Yeah. Watch this. Watch this. Oh, you told me that was low. You told me that was low. Yo, he don't like it. Watch this. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Told me that was low. Look at this. He wouldn't quit. Like Andre should have hopped on right there and just banged him out. But he didn't. The round over. Watch this. The round about to be over. The man is weak mentally. He don't like it to the body. Watch this. Watch the right hand. What right there? Boop. You saw that? Look at that. Take it back a little bit. Just a pinch. Watch this. Watch the right hand. Boom. The man quit. Watch this. Watch the body work. This stuff ain't low. It's on the belt line. Yeah, he ain't punching that man in his privacy. Look at this. Ooh. That was low. Straight rib shot. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a boxing fan. I love this more than video games, man. I've been running this my whole life. Boom, right hand, hurt him. Look, hurt him. Bang. Watch this. Watch the body work. Boom, one. Watch the rib shot. The main low blows. The main blow. Oh, straight to the right. That will hurt him. That made him quit. That right there, that rib shot. Watch this. Watch he been straight over. Watch he been. Look, he don't know what to do. He's done been in this position. Look at it. He's done. Oh, watch this. Watch he sit straight down. Watch this. Look. Watch this. And all while he in there, he's making little noises. He's hurt. Look at him. Oh, watch he sit straight. Watch he sit down. Look at him. He don't want to fight. Look at this. That's why they stopped it. The man sat straight down. Now, I don't know if they have a standing 8. I don't know what rules. You know, maybe they gave us to the 8. Watch this. Watch this. Watch the right hand. Bang! He didn't know what to do. Then I'm going to show you the body shot that ended it all. It's going to be a hook to the ribs. Look at that. Oh, right there. That's what finished him. They talking about low blows. Like, come on, bro. They don't know boxing. There's something on the belt line. Yes, he's not punching that man in his privacies. He's not hitting him in his testicles. Ooh, look at that. No, what? Oh, watch this. Watch he sit straight down. This is why he stopped the fight. Look at him. Look. He said, I got doo-doo. Come on, bro. Y'all can't listen. Let me tell you something. We can go back and forth about video games all day, but this right here, you can't tell me nothing about the sport of boxing, Shane. I've been around that damn thing all my life. I know this. You know what I mean? Little things, you know what I mean? I can tell from a fighter's body language, you know what I mean? Like, yo, he about to quit. And if you listen to what Ward was saying in the first fight, like when he was if people just keep looking at the knockdown in the first fight, yes, he knocked him down, but Sergey didn't do anything after the knockdown. You know what I mean? He was concentrating, trying to produce that same knockdown again. With a fighter of Andre Ward's caliber, you got to just let the punches go and you just keep, you know what I mean, just take it round by round. He was trying to go back and get that knockdown. He also said that I overtrained for the first fight. I was so tired. The problem with Kovalev, and he has a damn good trainer. I'm gonna let the cat out the bag. He has a damn good trainer. All right. Listen, when he did the 24/7, I trained myself for this fight. The problem is he thinks he knows it all. That's why you have a team for. If you go back to the first fight, he did not let his head trainer talk. Don David Jackson. He has no respect for that man. He doesn't respect him. You know what I mean? Like when I used to box on fight, my old coach was James Ali Bashir. He was like a father figure to me. You know what I mean? But he doesn't have any respect for his coach. You know what I mean? I'm going to bring in, because Russia has to. He had to hit a guy at the first time he lost to Andre Ward. Oh, Russia has the best trainers. America trainers are overrated. You know, it's cool, not a problem. You know what I mean? But it was John David Jackson. The reason that you and I, well, I probably know about, I follow boxing, but the average Joe Smo know who he is. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, John David Jackson is a good trainer. He was a 2-time champion. I believe it was junior middleweight and middleweight. He got stopped by Bernard Hopkins, but that's neither here nor there, right? But even you look at the 24/7, you know, you do the hype up for the fight. You know, he said, I trained myself for the fight. John David Jackson just to hold the pads. Like, come on, bro, you bugging. Like, you don't have no respect for that man. Now, I know we all need a job, we all need money, but me as a person, I'd have been out of there. But back to what I was saying, but if you listen to what Ward was saying in the first fight, that he made Ray uncomfortable, that he didn't like it to the body. No, you know, and this was also started with really a real lot of beef between him and Andre Ward. Don't even though it's still they're fighting, but it's a sport at the end of the day. This is because you see us, you know, pop and smack going back. That's how you sell the fight. A lot of these times you may see him hanging out in the club. It's not that serious. But Ward took it very serious because he called, you know, Andre Ward has the moniker Andre, you know, the son of God. You know what I mean? And then with the first fight in the first one, he called him Sergey was calling him the son of judges. Like he felt like he was mocking his religion and all that stuff. Like, Dre's a very religious dude, but again, neither here nor there. But he was saying that he doesn't like it to the body. Now, I just showed you guys again and again. For the punches that they're saying that's slow, or what is low? Hold on, my man. Oh, hold on, I got you, Mike. That were low, or whatever the case may be. There's some one or two may have landed on the belt line, yes, okay, but he's not punching his man in his groin. I got boxed before. Like I know. I'm not saying no one should get hit low, but you look at how thick the belt line is, like how wide it is. That man wasn't. Andre was not a dirty fighter. You know what I mean? He's very crafty inside. Now, if you want to say Bernard Hopkins dirty, yeah, Bernard dirt. And also too, you got to look at too. Pressure was also putting his head down. At the end of the day, because I was just talking, shout out to my man on Twitter. I forgot your name, and I respect the fighter, but Andre Ward he punked him. You know what I mean? He punked him. You know what I mean? Whenever you see a fighter start looking to the ref and complaining, they need some help to get out of here, that's when you know things ain't going his way. Like, who gets punched? He didn't get punched in his private part. Like, he put his hands down. Like, ho. He did that in the 7th. Andre Ward hit him with 2 body shots, 2 short ones. He put his hands down. Like, ho. Well, that was low. Oh, that ain't low, bro. What you doing? We fighting for the we fighting. This is the biggest fight of your career. We fight. This is for all the. This is for the championship of the world. That Joker put his hands down like, oh, that was low. And then again, they came out again, in the eighth round, and much, congratulations, Andre Ward. He got right back on his body, went right back to, but it was the right hand up top that started it all. And a lot of people don't know how to recover for that. It's like if you've been getting your way for so long, and somebody finally hit you back, you'd be shocked and you know what to do. Now, all during lead up to the fight, Andre Ward, he can't hurt me. He punches like a girl. This man went in and stopped you. My man Michael Wilson, just to your group, do you think Kovalev's attitude about John David Jackson's due in large to this past incident? Oh yeah, I was just talking about. I didn't even know. Talking about my man Wingy boxing and stuff, man. I didn't know you guys was doing something, man. I ain't really been doing no videos like that anyway. But yeah, man, that's wild, man. That's wild. That's some wild stuff there, man. I'm gonna go back to the live stream before I get up out of here. So for those who were saying, oh no, he stopped it because of low blows. Nah, that wasn't no low blows, bro. You know what I mean? Did 1 or 2 land on the belt line? Yes. Now I don't know the rules that they had there in Nevada as far as standing 8 counts, or different organizations have different things. You know what I mean? Whether the WBA have their own, I don't know. You know what I mean? But the man didn't want to fight. You know what I mean? He didn't want to fight. Now listen, Andre Ward didn't even go all up top. Now, he could have really did him dirty because the guy stopped defending himself. Here's the thing about boxing: you have to throw back, you have to defend yourself. And just because you're saying, we normally you see stoppages from from headshots, because you look better. But I tell you guys again, unless you win or unless you have been there, it's not the headshots that hurt, it's the body shots. I would rather somebody punch me in my face 1,000 times than somebody hit me in my body. That hurts. I mean, that's like ouch, pain that sticks with you. Hurts. You know what I mean? And I think I'm not. It was that right hook to the body that maybe a couple seconds before then that took all the fight. That man didn't throw not one punch. He had his hands down by his side. You know what I mean? You could have put a chair in this corner. That joker sat straight down. He quit. And you see, and for my man that was talking to on Twitter, the other cat that was talking to Twitter, no, he didn't quit. It was early. Listen, that man didn't protest. He didn't say, "Oh, early, a fighter can stop." Hey, what are you doing? I'm still in. I'm ready to go. That man didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing. He started talking about that process stuff after the fight when they was interviewing him. He didn't say nothing after they stopped that fight. He said his ass right there on the ground. He was hurt. He was hurt. Yeah, my man Fonzarelli said, "Your boy put that work in and he quit." He did. Now, that's not to take nothing away from him as a fighter, but the dude was hurt, man. You know what I mean? Andre Ward, number one, Andre Ward, I'll give credit where credit's due. Andre Ward is the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And HBO is so biased, bro. How you gonna have somebody like Lomachenko that got about 9 fights? Now, he's a hell of a fighter. Got about 9 fights with 1 loss on the jacket. You got a man, Andre Ward, ain't lost since he was 12 years old, Olympic gold medalist for America. You know what I mean? HBO, man. I hate to say it, man. That's why Showtime, maybe a little rate. Look at Harold Letterman's scorecard. Them jokers need to go. HBO boxing is dead. Show stop. Oh, let me see. You want a link? Right, I'm gonna send my back, Show. I see you, Show. I just sent your message. Let my man Show come in for a few minutes. You know what I mean? That's what Showtime is killing him in on a boxing tip, man. Showtime killing him. You know what I mean? That's how they lost Floyd Mayweather. That's how they lost Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? The Mike used to be on HBO. Then Mike went to Showtime. You guys probably know what the hell I'm talking about right now. But yeah, man, they're very, very racist, man. Look at my man. Look at Harold Letterman's scorecard. Like, come on. I have Sergey. He's killing on me. Like, come on, y'all bugging, bro. They bugging. Hold on, I'm looking for you right now, Show. Let me go. Hold on. I don't know what the hell going on with Twitter. I can't bring people up. This is a new update. I can't bring people up like I used to. Let my man Showstopper come in and say something. My man Mike, I'm not gonna be in here too long to see Showstopper. There you go. Showstopper. I'm sending you the link right now, Show. There we go. Message. Send message. That man quit. He quit. He went there and quit. Plain and simple. That man quit. I got nothing more I could say. That man quit. Now, it was a good fight up until then, but the man, he didn't like it. Now, where does he go from here? You know what I mean? I would like, maybe he can, get the fight with old boy from Canada, Donna Stevenson. But the way he is, like, he's not mentally strong, man. He can't expose himself, man. It's like, when you fight the boogeyman or whatever. So he say, Rocky say, he's not so bad. He's not so bad. when he's fighting Drago, you know what I mean? Like the gig is up with him, you know what I mean? All that bullies. Don't get me wrong, the dude can punch. Good boxer, good technically sound boxer. But when you take that away from him, and you get up in his chest because he doesn't like to be in the inside. You look at all his fights and all his knockouts. He catches you at the end of it. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Oh, hold on. We might turn this into a show. Hold on, my man, Mike. I'm sorry, you want to hop on? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on, man. My man, hold up, bro. Yeah, I'll send you the link right now. I'm sorry, bro. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sending you messages right now. Hey, you can hop on, my man. My brother Mike, he be doing sometimes we do a little podcast with me, him, and Winky. You guys know Winky Gaming, Winky's Boxing. Actually, Winky's Boxing channel is much bigger than his gaming channel, you know what I mean? And sometimes we do the hangouts and stuff, you know what I mean? That was just my card, so I really haven't been doing no videos or whatever. I sent you the link, Showstopper. I don't know if you got it or not. I'm looking at my screen. You know what I mean? Let me go back over here. But yeah, so where does he go from here? What does he do and where does he go from here? Like I see, you got a. They were supposed to fight Adonis Stevenson before. Let me tell you something about Sergey. I'm gonna tell you about the shady side of the business, right? Andre Ward, right, got paid the budget for the fight was $6.5 million, say $7 million, right? Andre Ward got $6.5 million, right? 6.5. Ask me how much Sergey got. Zero. His pay is gonna be continue of how many pay-per-views they were sold. Like he's horrible business wise. Like we supposed to fight. Since we're talking about how they are over at HBO, right? He was supposed to fight Adonis Stevenson a couple of years ago before he fought Bernard Hopkins, right? So, but Adonis Stevenson signed up with Al Heyman. They hate Al Heyman. I don't say because he's black, but Al Heyman ain't no dummy. You know what I mean? He get the fighters, get them their work. Get them they just do. So he said, hold up, don't sign the fight. I can get my man some money. He said, I can get my man some money and get your man some money. You know what I mean? That's what he was telling, Kathy do. I mean, I'm sorry, not Kathy. That's what he was telling Sergey. You know what I mean? So, Kathy do what she is a promoter. They be robbing a man blind, you know what I mean? Robbing them blind. They be doing Sergey do. Like, I don't know, maybe it's his language barrier or what, but but don't get me wrong, he said when you do dirt, you get dirt. He's not the best human being in the world, you know what I mean? Like, he's not very, very nasty guy. So a bunch of nasty things about a bunch of people for color. You know what I mean? I don't deal with the racist thing here, but we're gonna keep this to about boxing. Where does he go from here? What can he do? You know what I mean? There are a lot. Don't get me the guy's a bum. You know what I mean? But when I say the gig is up, you'd be a fool unless you go out there and clip him. Just out there and try to box him. He's about 6'2", lanky, he can box, he can punch, hard left hand, jab, hard right hand. You know what I mean? But there are a few people, like I said, that he could fight. It makes it still do a big thing. You know what I mean? I would like to see him and Adonis Stevenson. Now Adonis Stevenson is really known from that big straight left hand that'll clean your clock. You know what I mean? He's known for that big left hand. You know what I mean? That left hand he got ain't no joke. But Adonis Stevenson has the WBC light heavyweight title. You know what I mean? Andre Ward got other. I think Andre Ward has the WBA, the IBF, and I believe the WBO. So you have one more belt out there, which is the WBC, the green belt. And then he will be, I guess they call him the undisputed champion. Damn, dog. The undisputed. But that's when it comes into that network thing. You there, brother Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, my man, brother Mike. Everybody, this is like spur of the moment. I ain't even really sending a link out or nothing. You know what I mean? I just hop right in here. What was your thoughts about the fight? Who you had winning before? First of all, tell me about the first fight. What did you think about the first fight?
First fight, I felt it could have went either way. I had Ward winning by a point. And the thing that swayed for Ward was the way he adjusted in the second half of the fight.
Okay.
This fight, for me, I thought Ward started off a little bit faster. He made sure to go to the body, invest in the body early on, and I agree 100% with what he was saying. He stood up to the bully during the second half of the first fight.
Yeah.
He stood up to the bully again, and it got to the point where Ward ultimately he kind of pulled this dude's card.
Yeah.
He pulled his card at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Basically had him saying, I don't want any more. Low blows or whatever. Some may have been, some were on the border.
Mm-hmm.
But what I don't like is how people are using an asterisk, using a caveat, a but here or however there, with just about everything that war does. It's like people are focusing on the what may have been low blows,
Hmm.
but just forgetting how he dissected and took apart this dude in the process up until the end. It's like they forget that how he hurt Kovalev bad as Kovalev has been hurt at any
Yeah.
point of his career. The guy who supposedly can't punch,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and he hit him, he hurt him, he went to his body, and I think as I said before, and I agree with you again, I think he kind of pulled his card, kind of forced him, kind of made him quit. He stood up to the bully. That's what happens when you fight a bully back.
Hmm. You know what's crazy? Not what's crazy. And man, I remember I was talking to somebody that's off the air. Hey, show I sent you the link. Show you when I've been here on Twitter. I was talking to somebody a few days ago, and we was talking about the quality of fights that HBO's putting on compared to Showtime, right? And you remember HBO was like the network, you know what I mean? On you know they were, I mean they were like that was it, you know what I mean? Showtime really couldn't compete, you know what I mean? You know Showtime, I'm sorry, HBO had everybody, you know. Then Don had left HBO because it was over Mike Tyson with money, and Don took his whole stable of fighters, whether it's Tito, whoever he had over there to Showtime, and you had still had and HBO had the Golden Boy. Then HBO fell out, of course, with Floyd Mayweather, and you know, again, and with Al Heyman, and Al took his whole stable. You know what Al has every damn body over the Showtime. But even the level of fights that they're putting on. I'll give you an example. You had Terrence Crawford versus what's the guy name from Russia, the Ukraine?
Postal,
Yeah, Postol. There's no way in hell that should have been a pay-per-view fight. You know what I mean? No way in hell. You know, that should have been a pay-per-view fight. Uh Andre Ward, I mean, yeah, the second fight, like I said, it was good. I can see that, you know, because I'm a what you call a boxing enthusiast, you know what I mean? But it's not for the casuals. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, because no one knows who really Kovalev is. I mean, outside of the big, you know, boxing, and Andre Ward too. Credit, he doesn't have a big file. You would think Olympic gold medalist, Christian, God fearing man, ain't never been in trouble. You know what I mean? He should be in front of eight really boxing in the world. You know what I mean? But again, that's neither here nor there. But I'm just saying, over at HBO, how they to me how they do business, Evan, and even how they blackball Ringendow, right? Now here it is, right? They didn't have a problem with Ringadell. They was hyping them up because they thought they was gonna feed them the door in there, right? I want to tell you it was crazy, right? So and I was on probably one of the few, and I like Donito in there, right? That was picking Ringadell to beat him. You know what I mean? And two-time gold medalist in the Olympics, if I'm not mistaken, like 350 wins, two losses. Like Ringadell has a crazy amateur record. Same thing as Lomachenko, right? So right after he came out, you know, and beat Donia convincingly, right? Then they came out and said, oh, this is boxing, and you know, he's not crowd friendly, this, that, the other, this, that, the other. I'm gonna tell you the difference, right? Don't get me wrong, you know, even though what's my man named Rickendale, he's well, he is black, but he's Cuban, you know, Latin descent, right? Or whatever. Then you have what's my man named Lomachenko come out, and I like Lomachenko. I like his skill set. Boxing, he's not no going in toe to toe block, but they praise him. They put this man on the top of the number one pound for pound list with about 10 fights and a loss, right? Then you had again no respect for Andre Ward. Andre Ward's been doing this for how long? You know what I mean? Drop him down to like five or something. Like this is crazy, yo. Like HBO was like they have no respect for Andre Ward. You know what I mean? I don't know how long his contract is up, but he needs to take his business over the Showtime. But what I'm trying to say is this: that they were building up Sergey. I guess, of course, they kept trying to get Andre Ward to move up. Now, mind you, Andre Ward was only 168 pounds. Now, here you have Triple G talk about he can beat him from 154 to light heavy. You remember stuff Abel Sanchez was saying, right? So, hold on, I'm 168. Let's go ahead and make it happen. That'd have been a big fight. And we all know that Andre Ward would have kicked his ass and hit Kingdom Kong, but they were purposely keeping Triple G away from Andre Ward, not giving I say quote unquote the high profile fights. They wanted him to move up because they received this perceived threat of Sergey, this crusher that was knocking everybody, even killed the man in the ring. Was going to beat him. This was the guy. Hey, Ward's getting a little old, layoffs, rust. we're gonna feed. They thought they was gonna feed Andre Ward or free, feed him to the question. I mean, and Andre Ward had other plans. Had other plans. This man, like I said the other day, I have all the respect and the credit, like I said, to Andre Ward, because it takes a lot. That was a perfect knockdown in the first fight, and it didn't hit him flush. He got down, and when he got knocked him down, he got up off that ground, brother Mike, and got in Cole ass. You know what I mean? Just little stuff. You know what I mean? It made it very, very uncomfortable for him. You know what I mean? And to me, like again, and even with the second fight, it was high skill. You know what I mean? He said you got your foot on the dime. You shoot, you miss, I'm gonna make you pay. It was right. They was getting it in. But what happened was I noticed around the fifth. Again, that sustained body intact. And then even in the seventh round, you saw it was two little short ones. Actually, it was one before that, which I believe in the sixth. Two little short uppercuts. We call them shovels, left and right. That man bent over and said, "Oh, low blow." Nah, now listen. Belt line, like I said, I boxed before. Cool. You got and under the belt, under your belt line, you got your cup. So people are going to much like he punched the man in his testicles or something. It's not that serious, bro. You know what I mean? It's not. It's not for him to be acting the way he was acting. It's not that serious. And then you see again in the eighth round, when people don't understand, it was the right hand that set everything up. We hurt him bad with the right hand. Now I don't know. Like I said, I may have seen him get knocked down before, I believe, but not like that. Like he was bobbled, and he didn't know what to do and handle it. And what he do? He went back to the body. And I was just showing. I don't know if you saw it in the replay that you saw him took about 10 or 12 unanswered body shots or whatever, not all in one concession. The man had his hands down by his side, and then he wouldn't sit on the ropes. He sat down on the ropes, and he didn't contest not one time being stopped. When the referee finally got in, what that man do? He sat on the floor. He stopped. He didn't want no more problems, bro.
Right.
Am I fucking? Like, what do you think about that? I think he quit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't, like, how somebody gets, no, that's early stop. He's saying that now, but when that rep hopped in it, but you know how somebody gets, I'm not hurt, I'm okay. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say shit. He said his ass on the ground.
If Kovalev was so outraged, he would have raised hell the second the fight was stopped, and he didn't. That's why I can't have that much sympathy for him. Now, when you talk about HBO, I'm probably a little bit older than you, so I go back with them.
I'm 39.
At least to the 90s,
I'm 39.
To the early 90s.
Okay, I'm 39.
When I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Two things from a business financial perspective.
Mm-hmm.
They focused a lot more on programming,
Mm-hmm.
their own individual programming.
Yes.
So part of it is the budget may not be there,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, there has been a sea change at HBO in terms of the mindset, in terms of how they look at the sport and how they look at certain fighters, how they look at the sport in general. And Showtime at the same time has kind of deconstructed and reconstructed themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to the point now where Showtime, let's just face it, over the past 2-3 years has been kicking HBO boxing's butt.
Mm-hmm.
Now you mentioned Rigo. Here's the thing that annoys me. I can understand the talk about how Rigo can be boring, he can not be exciting and whatnot. Let's talk about this just from the perspective of HBO. You mentioned the Donaire fight. Let's keep in mind that when Aaron went to HBO, excuse me, and offering Rigo to sign him to a deal, HBO basically gave him the middle finger because he spoiled the apple cart because they looked at Donaire as one of their golden boys.
Mm-hmm.
And then they began bashing him, the brand, began bashing him and calling him boring and whatnot after they had praised him when they first put him on the air on the television network on pay-per-view undercard to talk about how good he is, but once he beat the boy,
I remember.
He's boring and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is when I said I go back to HBO, I go back with HBO for a while watching them. You demonize Rigo now, but you made Sweet Pea Whitaker one of your showcase fighters for nearly a decade.
Yes.
When both fight in very similar ways.
Yes.
You see, you talk about Ward, how boring and how he's this and that, and outsiders and whatever talk about how much he's a diva. Sorry, first of all, Ward is not nearly the diva that Miguel Cotto is.
Yes,
Let's be
sir.
clear about that. That's number one. But you talk about how much he's a diva and how difficult he is in the ring. Excuse me, this is the same HBO that did anything and everything for Roy Jones. Is Ward as dynamic a fighter? Is he explosive a fighter as Roy Jones was?
Mm-hmm.
No. But let's also keep in mind, if you go back to during the career of Roy Jones, there was similar complaints about him
Yep.
being kind of boring, not being exciting. Could have done a little bit more in the ring and whatnot. And they also talked about how Roy wasn't necessarily the greatest guy when it came to the media either. So all I'm saying is there's a bit of a double standard, a different standard here with certain fighters in terms of HBO and how they look at contemporary fighters like a Ward and a Rigo, and in terms of how they treated certain fighters in the past. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. It's crazy here, my man, but I'm not gonna be too much longer. Sorry, but this my man him put Julio said Ward is trash.
No, he's
Low,
not.
he said low blow, motherfucker. Ward lost almost every round. You know what?
No, he didn't.
I know that you know that, man. I don't know, but like I said, like what I think is disgusting. But we also got to remember that race plays a lot in boxing. Plays a lot in boxing. You know what I mean? A lot. Um, it seems like that HBO has this whole Eastern European push that they're doing. You know what I mean? Which is cool. Don't get me wrong. I think Lomachenko was very, very special. Triple G, I don't think so. I've always said that. You know, with the right type of opponent in front of you, you look like Joe, Marlon from have you got the right type of person in front of you. When you get the right, the guy that's not going to sit there let you punch him all that stuff and give and get back. You know what I mean? That's what you see what somebody's about, or when they got to get up off the ground to win, or that's when you see what the fight is about. Like again, look with the crusher. You know what I mean? He's been walking through crushing everything. You know what I mean? Once you see a person got to get up off the ground or whatever the case may be, or they're not. Listen, like I said, I love Mike Tyson. I love him to death. We all know once Mike is getting his way, it's not a problem. When Mike can't get his way, you know what I mean? That's when Mike starts to break down mentally. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like the same thing I said going on, like I said, with Sergey. You know what I mean? We've seen a man fall apart today mentally in that ring. Mentally. You know what I mean? All that talk he was doing, brother Mike, we can tell about it, that was to hype himself up. You know what I mean? I didn't feel his punches. He hits like a girl. No. He didn't do anything to me. We heard all that leading up to the fight. And that, again, was to psych himself up. That man has no respect for his trainer. If you look at the first fight, and he didn't allow John David Jackson to see nothing. You know what I mean? There's some other guys out of the ring calling the ropes. And I saw the 24/7 they did with him, hyping up the fight. And he said, for this fight, only thing I train myself.
Yeah.
I don't need John David Jackson just to hold the pack. Like this is crazy.
Um.
In hell, I would be in that environment, bro. I don't know what my financial situation, whatever the case may be, but that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. The fact that he doesn't have a guaranteed purse. He's only getting a percentage from the pay-per-view
That's
sales
all
and the
his fault.
gate.
That's his
Um,
fault.
other fighters have done that, but in 2017, given the finances and the economics of the sport and the way the business is run, um,
But you know what?
it I,
That's his
I
fault.
don't understand that quickly.
I don't. I'm sorry for him. He's a nasty guy. I don't feel sorry for him.
Quick,
Mm-hmm.
quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that 24/7 segment where
Mm-hmm.
Kovalev is saying that this is going to be about me. I'm
Yes.
going to dictate this fight.
Yep.
Um, I asked you this privately. I'm gonna ask you this publicly here.
Yes.
Do you think that his attitude that and the implications not let me get my words right. Do you think what he said then and the room was going into the fight about how he may not have full respect for John David Jackson, blah blah blah.
Race. I think
Do
race
you
has.
think there's a connection between that and let's just say his past instances
Oh yeah.
of bigotry?
Oh, but the race. I don't know. I was just talking about that on the air. About with the monkey on the shirt. Yes, he's a Ray. He's a Ray. Like I said, as an individual, as a person, he's a very nasty guy. This is not nothing new. When he was saying they first tried to say when it first started to come out, it's a culture difference. You know, it's okay to say those words in Russia. It's not a big deal, and you know, I mean, they tried to use the whole language barrier thing. When his son was in that with the shirt with the dynasty, the name with the dynasty was the name of under there with the monkey. You know, what I mean, yeah, you know, what I mean, he doesn't have any respect whatsoever for John David Jackson. He went on, even after the first fight. They have they have all this American trainers are overrated. You know, Russia have the best trainers, and you know, cool. Then nobody knew who you were until you got with John David Jackson. Let's be clear, this okay? And again, John David Jackson's a good trainer. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I said, I don't know his financial situation, but me as a man, I'll swallow my blood before I swallow my pride. I'd have been out of there. You know what I mean? Like I would have been out of there. Like you don't got no respect for your coach. Like to me, like all my trainers, whatever coming up, they were like father figures to me. You know what I mean? You know, I'm a little old school. You got to respect your elders, but I heard he went off and cursed him out after the first fight and this, that, and the other. But if you look at the first fight, Sergey, it's not. It started to come out in the Alexander whatever fight, the fight before that when he had in Russia when he didn't look that good and supposedly got knocked down or whatever. They brought in John David Jackson a week or two before the fight, and he went out there and looked horrible. It started. That's when rumbling started to come out. Then you know what I mean. And then, like I said, at the end of the day, they didn't allow him to talk in the first fight at all. He didn't say nothing. Like between rounds, you had the other guy outside the room telling him what to do. And I don't know what if you look at the breakdown when John David Jackson said, I don't know who was this guy here, boxer trainer. I've never boxed with him. I never heard this guy. And Sergey, when he was asked by Max Kellerman, he said, "Who's the guy? He's good at. He can sit outside the rope so he can see anything, and tell you exactly what to do, and he'd be right." So I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess he on that white nationalist, white pride, and Stalin. I don't know what the hell going on with him. But again, I don't feel sorry for him. I respect him as a fighter. I think his talent. But again, his card got pulled. But I'm gonna ask you this question before we get the hell up out of here. What do you think about him and Adonis Stevenson? Or what about him and what's Floyd fighter's name? What Floyd got? What's Floyd fighter name?
Badu Jack.
Yeah, what do you think about him and Bottle Jack or him and Adonis Stevenson?
Look, Stevenson, say what you want about him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of criticism about him is deserved,
Mm-hmm.
contrary to those who support him. Some of that lies on him. We just have to be honest about that. However, based on style, based on the length of Stevenson, I'm talking about the length of his arms, not necessarily length of his overall body. Based on what he can do in there, he gives Andre Ward a tough fight, a really tough fight. Plus, he's a southpaw with power. Baldu Jack, I like what Baldu Jack has done. I thought he beat up DeGale when they fought.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him in a couple of fights at light heavy to see how he fares with the bigger guys. Will that physical strength, not his power, but that physical strength, will that carry over to 175?
Listen, the way I was asking you that was because of Badu Jack's style inside.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying, how do you feel he would fare him? And now, like I said before, there was rumors, like you ain't rumors, that Triple G was knocking him down with body shots. You know, he was hurting him. And you know what I mean, hurting Sergey inside with body shots and stuff. You know what I mean? And, it was starting to come out like 2 years ago.
Well, it's not no rumors; it's a fact.
Yeah,
he basically he knocked down Kovalev with body shots, and Kovalev basically ended the sparring sessions.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
So now, and remember Don David? No, he didn't want to hurt his friend. Now it's starting to all make sense. You know what I mean? You don't like it to the body. You know what I mean? So you hurt him once or twice up top. With headshots, so he's a rip his body. You know what I mean? Rip him. You know what I mean?
But yeah, because of the style of Baldu Jack and how he fights, I just want to see if that strength does that power and especially that physical strength. How does it translate up to 175 against the bigger guys? If it does, he can pose some challenges for anybody in that division.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, shit. But before we get to anything you want to add to this?
Nah. First of all, thanks for inviting me. I had to get that off my chest because people have been bashing Ward hard, unfairly, in my opinion, and I just had to get something off. And I want to thank you for the opportunity for bringing me on.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't even going to do a video. Like I said, it was spur of the moment. I just hopped in right quick. because I was going back and forth on Twitter. And you know, you only get so many characteristics on Twitter. You can't really explain yourself in depth. And the only reason he knocked him down because they ain't got nothing, no low blows, man. My man don't like he's weak mentally. That man went there quick, set his ass down. But anyway, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for rocking out. Spur of the moment. Yeah, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. We about to get the hell up out of here, man. Hey Fonzarelli, I'm gonna hook up with you too, Fonzarelli. I'm trying to do something tomorrow. Let's see if you're free or whatever, man. Thank you, brother Mike, man, for swinging by and rocking out with me, man. Appreciate it, good brother.
No problem, brother. No problem.
You got it.